it's not really in process per se yet because they're in a waiting period. But as many people may know, they announced on December 5th that the first three cities they'll be focusing on are Standing Rock, San Francisco, and New York City. They're still drawing up their demands, so the pages for each of the cities are bare as they're preparing them. But in the days as they count down to Martin Luther King Day, which is when they'll actually start the boycott, they are taking action every day, in whether it be mass tweeting, writing letters to certain officials, drawing awareness, raising money. There was a day they had raised money for Standing Rock. I think they raised I want to say it was over $200,000, but I'm not positive, so don't. I could have that very, very off. They've written Bill De Blasio via multiple avenues, email, the website where he can be contacted. They've emailed the police unions and the police chiefs. So there's a lot of different action being taken to let them know that there's people behind this if they don't actually abide by the demands that end up being taken. And some of those are, as they've laid them out, just as an example, in New York City, a couple things that they're asking for is the closure of Rikers Island, the firing of forget his name, Pentaleo or something like that, the officer that killed Eric Garner, and the closing of the there's a policy, the broken window policy in New York City. They want that policy ended as well. And so if you go to injusticeboycott.com, you can sign up. You get daily emails with the actions that they're taking on any given day, and you'll basically be subscribed so that you know what's going on every day. As on Martin Luther King Day, they'll be actually enforcing the boycott. So there's going to be protests. They're actually going to be boycotting any certain corporations and local governments and tourism where this stuff's not being followed. And I guess we'll see how it goes. So far, they claim to have over 200,000 people signed up for the boycott.
Wow, that sounds like, we'll definitely be keeping a close eye on that. To the Rikers point, that's a really strong point. I saw some statistic. I think it was like 80% of the people being held at Rikers are being held because they can't afford to be there, not necessarily because they're actually guilty of anything. They're held because they couldn't make bond. And fixing the bail bond system, adopting a policy that is more affordable for people, or just figuring out a way to deal with that system as a whole. I sent out a link a while back about the Chicago Bail Fund. Different cities have been able to do some stuff to help people, but there are a lot of people who languish in our system because they can't afford it might be a stupid ticket or whatever, but they can't afford to get out. That was also a plot in Queen Sugar.
But whatever happened to the right to a speedy and fair trial?
What is that?
That's in the Bill of Rights. That's the.
What is that? I'm just saying, you're supposed to get right to counsel and right to effective counsel, and that's been interpreted, various ways. And in places like Louisa or whatever, good luck trying to get.
Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. So who's to say what's
the system is overburdened. The system is strained to its core in many places. And the Constitution be damned, it seems. Thanks, David. That was really great.
It's hard to change the prison system, and if we talk about the death penalty and anything, because America is a very punitive society, and so it becomes hard to explain to people that regardless of whether people commit a crime, there's a certain minimum standard of living that they should be given when our society is structured in a way that is pro punishment. We believe in as the deeply ingrained, and maybe it's the Christian part of us, we believe very heavily in punishment in a way that's unhealthy. And I'm a sadomasochist, so when I say this, understand that I know what I'm talking about.
You have an unhealthy relationship with punishment.
I have an unhealthy relationship with punishment, but like there's good and bad pain, and our system is structured in a way that's unhealthy. We have an unhealthy relationship with punishment, and that's exemplified by the way we treat our prisoners. That's exemplified by the way we view poverty. That's exemplified by the way we view women's right to choose. These are all issues that may or may not seem congruous. But when someone asks you, how can you be pro-life but pro-death penalty? Easy, because both are issues of punishment. It's like they're only disparate issues if you don't understand that the point of both is to punish somebody.